Hey viewers, welcome to African Tales by Affy. Please kindly click the subscribe button to get notified for more amazing stories. In a quiet village with dusty roads and fields full of wildflowers, lived a young girl named Lila. She was kind, clever, and always ready to help others. Lila didn't have much, just a small home made of wood and clay, and an old bicycle with a squeaky bell. But she had something many people didn't, a heart full of gold. One sunny afternoon, Lila was walking back from the river with a bucket of water balanced on her head. The sun was hot, and her feet were dusty, but she was humming a song her grandmother used to sing. Suddenly, a loud noise broke the peace. Bang! Clank! Puff! A shiny silver car sat crooked by the side of the road, steam rising from under its hood. A man in a button-up shirt and fancy shoes was standing beside it, scratching his head. Lila stopped and blinked. "Need help?" she called out. The man looked up, surprised. "Oh! Hello! I think my car's broken." "I figured," Lila said, setting down her bucket. "You're not from around here, are you?" "No, I'm from the city." "I'm Elliot," he said, offering a small, tired smile. "I'm Lila," she replied. "Let me take a look." "I don't know much about engines, but old Mr. Booker down the road fixes bicycles and tractors. He might be able to help." Elliot looked relieved. "Really? That would be amazing." Lila hopped on her squeaky bicycle and pedaled off like the wind. In 15 minutes, she returned with Mr. Booker, who grumbled a lot but knew everything there was to know about machines. After an hour of poking and banging, Mr. Booker wiped his hands. "There. That should get you going. Don't push her too hard till you get to a real garage." Elliot reached for his wallet. "Thank you, sir." "And thank you, Lila. Can I pay you something?" Lila shook her head. "I didn't do it for money. Just promise to help someone else when they need it." Elliot stared at her for a moment, then smiled wider. "You've got a kind heart, Lila." As he drove away, waving through the window, Lila felt something warm flutter in her chest, like the start of something new. Weeks passed after the day Elliot's car broke down in Lila's village, but he hadn't forgotten her. In the city, with its tall buildings and noisy streets, Elliot kept thinking about the girl with the kind eyes and the quiet smile. One morning, he packed a basket of baked goods, books, and fruit, then got into a different car, one that worked just fine, and drove back to the village. When he arrived, Lila was sweeping the front of her home, her hair tied back with a red ribbon. "You came back," she said in surprise, brushing dust from her skirt. "I promised I'd help someone, didn't I?" he grinned. "Thought I'd start with you." Lila chuckled. "I'm not the one stranded now." "No, but I brought something for you. A little thank you." He handed her the basket, and her eyes widened. "Is this a book of fairy tales?" "I've only ever heard them from Granny." "I thought you might like them," he said softly. Lila invited him to sit under the tree by her house. They shared fruit and read stories together, laughing at the silly parts and arguing about who the bravest character was. "You really live in the city?" Lila asked. "Yep. big buildings. No chickens in the streets. But it's loud and fast. Not like here. I've never been anywhere but here, she said thoughtfully. Sometimes I wonder what else is out there. You'd love the library, Elliot said. It's as big as the church, filled with books all the way to the ceiling. Lila's eyes sparkled. Just then, a sharp voice interrupted. Well, isn't this cozy? Came the voice of Mrs. Penelope, the village baker, hands on her hips. A city man sitting with a village girl like equals. Lila stood quickly. Good afternoon, Mrs. Penelope. The woman sniffed. You don't belong with him, Lila. People from his world don't stay. Elliot stood, frowning. That's not fair. It's the truth, she said. You'll forget her the moment you return to your shiny apartment. Lila's cheeks turned red. It's okay, Elliot. People always talk. But Elliot looked angry. No, it's not okay. Lila, I don't want this to be just a visit. I want to come back. Often. If you'll let me. She stared at him, unsure. Why? Because you're smart. Funny. Brave. You see the good in people. That's rare. From that day on, Elliot became part of the village's weekends. He helped Lila and her grandmother fix their roof, brought seeds for their garden, and even joined the market day to help sell fruits. Still, not everyone was happy. One evening, Lila and her grandmother sat by the fire. Her grandmother gently placed a hand on hers. Child, what's troubling you? I like talking to Elliot, Granny. But everyone else keeps saying he'll leave. That he doesn't really belong here. That I'm foolish to believe he cares. Her grandmother gave her a long look. Lila, the world will always speak. But what do his actions say? Lila thought about how Elliot carried water for them, how he stayed through the rain to help fix their fence, and how he brought her books with notes scribbled just for her. He shows he cares, she whispered. Then trust that. But go slow, like a river through stones. Let time show you the truth. A week later, Elliot invited Lila to visit the city with him. Just for the day, he said. There's a music festival, and I want you to hear the songs I've been telling you about. You'll love them. I don't know, Elliot. I'll be with you every step, he promised. It's not about fancy places. I just want you to see my world too. Lila looked at her grandmother, who gave a small nod. All right, Lila said softly. I'll come. As the sun rose the next morning, Lila boarded the city bus with Elliot. She didn't know what waited at the other end, but her heart thudded with hope. The journey between two worlds had begun. City was louder than thunder and brighter than a sky full of stars. Cars zoomed past, people walked fast, and the buildings looked like they touched the clouds. Lila held tightly to Elliot's hand as they stepped off the bus. Stay close, Elliot said gently, noticing her wide eyes. It's a lot, I know. Lila nodded. It feels like I stepped into a dream or a storm. Elliot laughed. Maybe both. Their first stop was a park where music played from every corner, drums, flutes, violins, and people dancing joyfully. Lila's eyes sparkled as she clapped to the rhythm. "This is amazing," she said. "Like a village festival, but 10 times bigger." Afterward, they visited the library, taller than any building Lila had ever seen. Inside, it was quiet and full of books. Elliot watched with a smile as Lila ran her fingers along the shelves, like each book was a treasure chest. "I could stay here forever," she whispered. But as the day went on, Elliot grew quiet. That evening, they returned to his apartment, neat, shiny, and filled with strange furniture. "This is your home?" Lila asked, standing awkwardly near the doorway. "Yeah, but it doesn't feel like one without you here," he said. Before Lila could answer, a knock came at the door. Elliot opened it to reveal a tall, elegant woman, his mother. "Elliot," she said in a sharp tone. "May I come in?" "Mother, this is Lila." "Lila, this is my mom." Lila smiled politely. "Nice to meet you, ma'am." His mother scanned Lila's simple clothes and village-made shoes. "You're the girl he talks about so much?" "Yes, ma'am." "I see." There was a long silence. Then, Elliot's mother spoke again. "Elliot, may I speak with you?" "Privately?" Elliot frowned. "Anything you have to say, you can say here." His mother sighed. "Elliot, she seems kind. But do you really think someone from her world fits into yours?" Lila's face flushed red. "Ma'am, I don't mean to intrude." "No, Lila," Elliot interrupted, stepping beside her. "You don't need to defend yourself. Mother, she's not from my world, but maybe my world is the one that's missing something." His mother looked startled. "You'd choose this path? With her?" Elliot nodded firmly. "Every day." Lila looked up at him, stunned. "Even with everyone watching? Whispering?" "Let them whisper," he said, turning to her. "We'll write our own story." Later that night, as they sat on the balcony watching city lights flicker, Lila was quiet. "Are you sure about all this?" she asked. "I don't belong in your world." Elliot reached over, taking her hand. "Then let's build a new one. One where you feel safe, and I feel real." Lila looked into his eyes. They were steady, full of promise. "I want a life of honesty, Elliot. Not gifts or fancy things. Just someone who'll walk with me even when the road is rough." "I wouldn't want anything else," he said. Over time, Elliot began spending more weeks in the village. He helped build a reading hut for the children, taught the older ones how to fix radios and phones, and even planted trees with Lila near the riverbank. Some people still whispered. Some still frowned. But others saw how happy Lila and Elliot were. How they worked side by side, laughed like old friends, and faced every challenge together. Slowly, hearts softened. 1 year later, under the old tree where they first shared cinnamon rolls and stories, Elliot knelt before Lila. "With this ring," he said softly, "I promise to honor the strength in you." To choose you, again and again, no matter what. Tears filled her eyes. And I promised to walk beside you. In your world. In mine. Or in one we build together. The village cheered. Even Mrs. Penelope wiped away a tear and offered them extra bread for the celebration. They built their home between the city and the village, literally. A cottage on the edge of both worlds, where children played with goats in the morning and read books by candlelight at night. And whenever someone asked how they met, Lila would smile and say, "It all started with a broken-down car, and a heart that refused to walk away." Hello tribe, hope we enjoyed today's story. Please kindly put what you've learned in the comments section. Please remember to hit the like button, share this to your friends and family, as well as subscribe to see you on the next one. Bye.